After almost 2 years of consistently eating a carnivore diet and losing 100 pounds, I've cleared up many health issues, except one. Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. My name's Larry. If you're new to our channel, me and my wife Cassie have been documenting our weight loss journey here on YouTube, eating a carnivore diet. We're going to kick off today's video with a little mental clarity trivia. Which well-known YouTube carnivore is a classically trained musician? Is it A, Kelly Hogan, B, Bella the Steak and Butter Gal, C, Lily Kane, or D, Laura Spath? As always, gang, throw your guess down in the comments and I'll let you know here in a few minutes if you are right. Cassie and I have talked about the benefits we've experienced on the carnivore diet many times on the channel, but it seems like it's been a while. We haven't made a video like that in forever. We're always doing our challenges or recipe videos or, daily updates. And there's one thing I've never really discussed here on the channel, and I'm going to talk to you about that today. I think the reason I haven't is because I've been waiting to see if it would go away. If the carnivore diet would work its magic and take care of it. So far it hasn't, but my fingers are still crossed. But before we go any further, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, LMNT'S. LMNT'S, a delicious electrolyte drink mix that comes in these single serving packets. Today when I was at work and I enjoyed a raw unflavored, each packet contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. If Cassie and I forget to take our electrolytes daily, we definitely suffer from some headaches and definitely some major leg cramps at night. During the colder months, Cassie and I usually use the raw unflavored during the day, but at night we've been enjoying LMNT'S New Chocolate Medley. Specifically designed to be enjoyed hot, the chocolate mint, chocolate raspberry, and the new chocolate chai turn a cup of hot water into carnivore hot chocolate. Not only are we getting the electrolytes we need, but the new chocolate medley has completely replaced our evening coffee, which means we're sleeping like a couple babies. As always, LMNT'S offering our viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 free single serving packets with any LMNT order. So when your new chocolate medley arrives, you can try everything LMNT has to offer before your next order. So warm up this winter using our link below at drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest. And remember, gang, the chocolate medley is available for a limited time only. It's seasonal. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest and get yours today. And LMNT has top-notch customer service. For any reason, if you're not 100% satisfied with the product, keep it and receive a full refund. Thanks again, LMNT, for sponsoring today's video. And another big thank you to all of you who've chosen to use our Carnivore Quest link for your LMNT. It's a big deal to Cassie and I. Thank you very much. The popularity of the carnivore diet has definitely exploded in the last year. When Cassie and I started this YouTube channel 3 years ago, it definitely wasn't nearly as popular, not as well known, and we were the first heavy people to get on YouTube and document our weight loss journey, basically our journey back to better health. And so far I've lost 100 pounds eating only meat, and Cassie's floating around the 80-pound mark. She's been fluctuating between 75, 80 pounds. And if you're new to the carnivore diet, I don't want this video to discourage you at all, so I want to go over some of the benefits I've experienced eating this way. First of all, that weight loss, right? 100 pounds of weight loss is huge. To get to my healthy weight at 6 feet tall, I need to lose about another 70 pounds. So I got a ways to go, but man, I'm feeling incredible. My heaviest, I was 354 pounds, maybe even heavier than that. But I know I was very close to having to use a motorized cart to get around Walmart. I was in bad shape. After our second attempt on the carnivore diet, we had fallen, like I said, we gained a ton of weight, and my blood pressure, got dangerously high again. So high that when I was going to have all my teeth extracted, because I got dentures, the dentist would not remove my teeth. He wouldn't do the surgery. He's like, you got to get your blood pressure down. He told me to see a doctor, get on some blood pressure medication, and then reschedule the appointment. Because when we first started the carnivore diet, I was on lisinopril for my blood pressure. And after, being on carnivore diet a couple months, I no longer had to be on it. So I stopped taking it. And then we fell and my blood pressure went back up. So I knew how to get it down, and I wasn't going to go to the doctor and get on more medication. I just needed to eat the proper human diet and then my blood pressure would normalize. I knew that. Also, I've talked about my inflammation here on the channel a couple times. It's been a while, but I was taking 16 to 20 ibuprofen a day, guys. A day for chronic aches and pains, my neck, my back. I even took 4 to 5 ibuprofen before I went to bed at night. I used to tell Cassie I'm getting ahead of it, so I'd sleep better at night. As soon as I got up in the morning, I'd have more ibuprofen with my coffee. And it was getting to the point where she was really getting worried about me. But after 30 to 60 days of consistently eating a carnivore diet, I just realized one day, wow, when's the last time I had some ibuprofen? And now it's a rare occasion I take some. Maybe if I get a slight headache, maybe once every couple months I might take 2. I was taking 4 to 5, 4 to 5 times a day. So I'm definitely thankful for that. We know ibuprofen's horrible for your liver, for your overall health. So definitely a plus. Hey, look at that. Hit the like button, huh? And speaking of inflammation, it wasn't just the aches and pains I was experiencing. It was also my hands would go numb. I played guitar since I was a teenager. I loved to play. And for many years, I couldn't play because I'd pick it up and my fret hand would go numb. Within, 10, 20 seconds, and I couldn't play. But I've highlighted in a couple shorts how I was able to start playing the guitar again thanks to the carnivore diet. Already. If you guys notice, my wedding ring is on right now. It slipped off while I was doing the dishes. Yeah, baby, I didn't take it off on purpose. But, just overall inflammation has gone down. And that is, I've heard that from so many people. It's one of the main benefits of the carnivore diet. It's just your overall inflammation subsides. Another thing that's improved is mental clarity, gang. Clarity of thought. Being able to focus on a task. There's a huge difference when you're in a deep state of ketosis. Your brain's running on ketones instead of burning sugar and carbs for fuel. It's just a more efficient way, and you can really tell a difference. And what goes along with that is clearing up any depression or anxiety. I experienced this for sure, but nothing like Cassie did. Cassie went from, I would call her clinically depressed. She was never diagnosed, but she was having a rough time at her heaviest. And I've documented that here on the channel. Our video, Day 91, Seeing Real Results, I actually track her in real time from day 17 on the carnivore diet to day 91. And she is a completely different person, in a matter of 3 months. We still deal with a little bit of social anxiety. And that has to do with past trauma that Cassie and I have been through. Longtime viewers know what I'm talking about. That's just something I don't think that's ever going to go away completely, but it has gotten better. And I think that's because our overall confidence has risen. A great example of our social anxiety improving, though, was last year's meetup. It was in the fall of 2023. We had about 60 people at our meetup. We had it here in South Carolina at Paris Mountain State Park. And, it was a wonderful time. We met so many of you. So many of you guys traveled so far to be a part of that meetup. No sugar, no carbs, no cheating. We plan to do another one at the end of this year. But we still had some social anxieties, and we knew we would as we were preparing for it, getting everything ready. Really, Cassie did most of the work. And, we did have some looming anxiety until we got there, met everybody, and then we were fine. If you asked anybody there, does Larry and Cassie seem like they have any social anxiety? They would have said no, because we had a great time. But it's just leading up to the event. Like I said, that's due to past trauma that Cassie and I have been through, some rough times. The carnivore diet has definitely helped us in that area, because I guarantee you, before we were eating this way, we could have never hosted an event like that, get up and speak in front of people, just that, and that comes with overall confidence rising. That is, in my view, one of the biggest benefits of the carnivore diet is your overall confidence going up. And, it falls under the umbrella of you just don't wake up every day feeling hopeless. Every day there's hope because you're feeling better every day. It's a really, really cool experience. And if you're thinking about starting the carnivore diet, just because you heard it helps with, mental health overall, trust me, it does. And start eating your meat now. Another thing that's improved is our skin. Both Cassie and our skin has improved. My toenails have really improved. My toenails were really bad, guys, and I've never shown them here on the channel. Cassie would never let me, but they're about 50 to 60% better than they were. At the height of my alcoholism, when I was drinking 2/5 of Jägermeister a day. I've been sober over 9 years now. But when I was consuming all that alcohol, my toenails turned black. I can't even describe how bad they were. But they actually are starting to look very normal now, which is really cool. I'm sure there's some more positive things I'm missing about the carnivore diet, but I didn't script this out. I'm kind of going off the top of my head here because I did want to talk about this one issue that has not cleared up from eating a carnivore diet, and that is my tinnitus. I have severe tinnitus in my right ear and quite a bit of hearing loss. If I had to guess, it's probably 70 to 80% hearing loss. And I just have this constant whistle, which changes, but, ever since my drinking, guys, was really bad, I've had this issue. And I saw a doctor for it right after I got sober. They said I had Meniere's disease, which is incurable. And I was experiencing really bad vertigo. So bad that I was afraid to drive anymore because it would come on so quick. That definitely got better once I got sober, but the tinnitus has never cleared up. And it gets so bad, you guys, that if it's really, really ringing bad and I go outside on a clear day, the sunlight makes me nauseous. I don't know if you guys can understand that, but the ringing is so bad that bright light makes me nauseous. It's a trip, and it's annoying, and it sucks, but I can live with it because I'll tell you, you cannot live with that vertigo. Folks who really suffer from Meniere's disease, I really, really feel for them because it is so debilitating. When I was really, really suffering with it, I was starting to have those vertigo spins while I was at the height of my drinking before I quit. And then while I was in rehab, for months and months and months, I was still having them, but it started getting less and less. And I haven't had a bout of vertigo. I maybe get it like once a year, and it's not too bad. But I was getting it to where I mean, everything would just flip on me and I'd fall to the ground. It happened a couple times while I was driving too. And I just had to close my eyes and slam on the brakes. Yeah, it's no way to live. And anybody that suffers from Meniere's disease, I really feel for them. And I'm very thankful that cleared up, and I hope it never goes back. That's why when my tinnitus is acting up, I worry that I do have Meniere's disease. And just now that I'm getting older, it's starting to manifest again. Because when I first got diagnosed with it, and there's no cure for it, and they really don't know what causes it. The doctor told me I would have to live with it for the rest of my life. That was a bummer. That's probably the most depressed I've ever gotten, outside of, a family member being killed or something. But, there was a point of hopelessness. You could ask Cassie. I was in a pretty dark place. And, even after I got sober, it was still going on, but I was seeing improvement. Then the vertigo cleared up completely. Like I said, every once in a while, like if we're going into a high elevation, through the mountains and your ears pop, I might just feel a little vertigo for a few seconds, but that's about it. But the tinnitus has never subsided. And it's never gotten better. I've looked up what are the causes of tinnitus and high blood pressure. I don't have that. They say cut down your salt intake. Come on now. Yeah, they don't really know what causes tinnitus either. Now, I went to a lot of Metallica concerts when I was young. I've been to 9 Metallica concerts. Actually, 2 years ago, I could have went to my 10th. My daughter Holly got tickets, and she asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, no, I'm too old for that now. I really didn't have any desire to go see that kind of music live anymore, But I've been to a lot of concerts in my youth, and yeah, I think that is where this is coming from. Damage to my ears. And I'm thankful my hearing is, perfect in this ear. But like little Larry, he's got his headphones on. I'm always telling him, dude, turn it down. I don't want you to go through this when you're older. But I have been hopeful that the carnivore diet will eventually clear this up. Really, I've only been eating clean for about 2 years. We've had our little slips here and there, but, 2 years on the carnivore diet, down 100 pounds. So much has cleared up, but I'd really, like right now, it's ringing pretty bad. And I really want it to go away, and I hope it does. But, another thing that I had after drinking was neuropathy in my toes. All my toes were numb, and that's brain damage from all the alcohol I drank. At least that's what the doctors told me. They said that would never get better. They said that you're going to live with that the rest of your life. And on my left foot, all 5 toes pretty much completely numb, and they tingle. And on my right foot, my 4 smaller toes, my big toe on my right foot wasn't numb. Well, now it's down to about my 2 pinky toes on both feet are the only ones that are numb. So that has improved eating a carnivore diet, and I specifically remember the doctor saying that is caused from brain damage from drinking. I'm sorry, sir, that will never get better. And it has on the carnivore diet. I can track that back to right when we started eating this way consistently. My neuropathy got a lot better. So I'm hopeful that my tinnitus, at least get some improvement. I can at least get a little relief. But it's weird. It really acts up in a stressful situation. It was like a week ago. Cassie had a incident at work where a guy she had hired as part of her team didn't work out. He came into work. He was obviously on something. He left. He came back. He was like all over the place. And Cassie fired him that day. She said it's just not going to work out, Well, he left a horrible review. And then the owner thought she saw him standing outside the restaurant, and he was trying to call and, kind of like a stalker situation. And because he said the night he left, when Cassie fired him, he looked at the owner and he glared at Cassie with his evil eye and he said, well, you're not going to have that general manager for much longer. Glaring at Cassie, almost like a threat. So when I heard he was outside her work making phone calls, my red alert went off, and my ear immediately started ringing off the chart. And I've read that stress, can cause, tinnitus to flare up. And for me, that is 100%. Like if me and Cassie get in an argument too, we get in a tiff and it kind of goes a little too far and we end up like actually getting in a fight, which doesn't happen often. But when it does, my ear starts ringing off the hook. Or another example is like if we have, one of our cars break down and I know we really don't have the money to get it repaired. That's happened a couple times, it's a stressful situation. Boom, this thing will go off like a rocket. So I'm really hoping the carnivore diet will help with it. Do any of you guys suffer from tinnitus? Let me know down in the comments. Do you have any issues also that you're looking for the carnivore diet to clear up for you, and it hasn't happened yet? A lot of people say their eyesight's cleared up. My eyesight's actually gotten worse, but I think that's because I don't wear my glasses enough. And I'm always staring at a screen, editing and creating stuff for you guys. Yeah, but my eyesight's definitely, but I'm not going to blame that on the carnivore diet because I don't wear my glasses, you know. Anyway, before I let you guys go, I got to give you the answer to today's mental clarity trivia. So which one of those carnivore diet divas is a classically trained musician? Well, the answer was Bella, steak and butter gal. I look up to all four of those carnivores, but I'm telling you, I could listen to Bella play some piano or some violin all day long. I really appreciate you guys stopping by for a few minutes. Before you bail, be cool if you hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, be cool if you subscribe. Remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Later.